Woman in Business Wednesday. How's it going? Let's go ahead and check if we're on Facebook. Make sure we're on there too. But welcome, welcome. I'm Alfyn, your local realtor here in Reno and Sparks.
Sorry. You know when
I'll
you don't
have
stir the drink packet really good and then you just drink all of it in one sip?
no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
All right, let's have you introduce yourself. So, for people just tuning in,
Hello, everyone. I'm Monica. I am your local financial and notary girl serving Northern Nevada. And with notary, I can do online nationwide.
ooh, look at that. Okay, so we're gonna do it a little bit different today because for whoever's been watching us, you know Monica does insurance, helps with trust. She joins in with me at open houses so to help educate our guests or people coming by about what she does and why trust is important. But we're gonna peel a little bit of the layers a little bit, get to know Monica. Um, so because everybody gets to see what she does, her business. But let's go back a couple years ago. I'm gonna be like years ago.
Let's go back years ago because
So let's go back to where you're growing up, right? You know, what did you want to be? Did you see yourself as an entrepreneur? Did you see yourself working just that 9 to 5? Like, what? Give us a little
no,
story.
actually when I was little, because I loved playing in the dirt, I wanted to be an archaeologist. But as I got into like high school and stuff, like I've always wanted to be a labor and delivery nurse. But that didn't happen. I actually went to school for social work. I did an intern for social work, CPS, and I was like,
Mm.
damn, not doing it. So then I did health and development and family studies because I was able to use majority of my credits like and just roll them over. Um, but then life happened, and that didn't plan that way. I didn't finish. And then, like I said, life happened, and I got into the medical field. Just I needed a job, and it was in the medical field, and I was working at St. Mary's in the ER, and
ER.
yeah, under registration. So like the ambulances that would come in and stuff, I would register, and then I was often pulled to translate. And one of the doctors there who was on call, he was a neurosurgeon,
Mhm.
Dr. Lynch. I met him through the ER, and he's like, "I need you to come work for me." So I applied, and he hired me, and I got basically on the job experience as a medical assistant, starting out in specialty for neurosurgery.
Mm.
So then I actually did the pain management side, which I actually absolutely loved. And I did that for quite some time. And then it just got to be a little intense because I was there like 13, 12 hours a day,
Um,
every day, no lunch. We were crazy busy. So I was basically doing the job of like three MAs in one. So like when we would do procedures and stuff, like
mhm.
recovery and whatnot. And then they sent me to school so I could be certified. So they sent me to school for that, which was great. And I was like, oh, should I go back to school and do labor and delivery? But then at that point, it had been quite a while since I had been in school. So then I'd have to like redo all my math, redo all my sciences, and then basically not work for 2 years. And I was like, yeah, I don't think so. So then I moved over to internal medicine, and
Mhm.
then I became a role as a supervisor for medical assisting. And then that just kind of led me on through the rest of my adult life. Then we started our whole process for adoption, and I couldn't be gone that long, so for like working hours and flexibility. And that just led me to, I was home for 2 years, thankfully. And so I was able to enjoy the first 2 years with our little ones. And then I'm like, what could I go into that has that flexibility? So I went to the school district, and here I am. So
Here
medical
you are.
has been in the back of my brain, and I absolutely loved it. Like, I love doing assisting with procedures. I love, like, the hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
Do I miss it? Yes. Do I want to go back? No, because I still have some of my providers be like, you can come back part-time. And I'm like, no. But because of this, I mean, my job, I'm able to have the flexibility I need to pick her up and take her to school, attend events, just be a present parent without having to put her in after school program or before school program, or, just stuff like that. I mean, I'm able to be present, and so I wouldn't trade that for anything.
I love it. And what is something that nobody warned you about going this direction in entrepreneurship?
That you don't just work part-time, like you work 24/7. Like, you know how it is. It's like we're out, we're eating lunch, but it's like you're receiving a text or responding to a text or a phone call, and it's always something. But at the same time, your trade-off is you're able to take your kid everywhere with you. You're able to have that flexibility. Like, I don't need to ask for time off. I don't need to ask for permission. I don't need to ask, like, the only one I have to ask is my mom, like, hey, are you available to watch her? On those days you need her. But other than that, I wouldn't trade it.
I love it. Okay, another one, because I know, yes, it gives us the flexibility, but have you ever cried because of your business?
Girl, yes. And you know me, I'm not a crier. I cry like if I get absolutely frustrated. So, yes. And it's just that, just common, like, I guess, let down by people you thought, like, oh, and I hate to say this, so this might come out wrong, so I do apologize in advance, but you think the people that would support you the most, like your friends and family, would be the ones to, like, 100% support you. But no, it's like complete strangers that are ones that are like rooting for you, reposting your stuff, you know, sharing your stories, recommending you, putting your name out there versus your friends and family. So to me, like, that was very disheartening, and the frustration, but then I have to, like, realize, like, I can't let it get to me, because if that's the case, like, I'd be one upset person, you know what I mean?
Or
Like,
you would have quit a long time ago?
yeah, for sure. So overall, the frustration of just, when you let things get the best of you when it shouldn't, like, it shouldn't matter, because why? You have other people that are, like, rooting for you and cheering you on and want to see you do good.
Mm-hmm.
So
What do you think the hardest season has been?
um sorry, there is a fly. um
There's a pool behind you. That's all I see.
um I don't know, I guess the hardest season was probably, like, rebranding. When I was just strictly doing notary, I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't pushing my financial side as
Mm-hmm.
much, because, like, notary was comfortable to me. It was my safe space. It was my productivity, because I was super busy in that. But then I was also like, why don't I use my financial side of it? Because I know I can help people. But because I wasn't 1,000% confident in it, and I was like, yeah, no thanks. But then thanks to you, you kept pushing me, like, do it, and I did. And I think that's the hardest part, is people just know me for notary, and they're like, oh, I didn't know you did financials. I'm like, where you been? Living under a rock? Because, like, I've been really hustling my financial side of it. So I think the hard part is, like, the rebranding, because people only know you for one part of your business versus there's more to behind door A, you know?
Yeah. And I can totally relate to that because the first couple of months, people knew me Alfyn in photography. So I had to really do that switch to real estate where I live, breathe, eat real estate, right?
Right.
But to where now I feel comfortable mixing, showing the little parts of photography that I love still.
Yeah.
Because
It,
everything you see on mine now is real estate, which is what I do full time. So now that people do know, I feel like that I do it. I'm like,
mhm,
okay, well, here's the session that I just did. So
right?
I'm a little bit more, you know, at ease and confident, more comfortable mix, showing a little bit of the both.
For sure.
But yeah, now I get what you mean because that's how I felt coming into real estate is
Yeah.
now I got to show people what I do.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just think, the whole rebranding, and but like I said, I have tons of support and I have tons of people that, want to see me do well, so I appreciate it and I'm thankful for them. So, thank you.
Awesome. What do you think is the one thing that changed everything for you?
As in business
Anything?
wise, or
Yeah.
definitely networking. I remember this day vividly. It was October 14th of 2023.
Hmm.
Was it 23 or 24? 24, I think, where I went to my first empowered meeting. And I did. I was able to connect with wonderful women, amazing women, supportive women. And it was totally out of my comfort zone because one, I went without knowing a soul. Two, like my business was still like not even like formal. You know what I mean? It was still like a thought in process.
Hmm.
Then it had to be 23, sorry. Um, it was still like a thought in process. But I was still actively, doing my notary business. And then honestly, like before I knew it, people were tagging me left and right in Facebook, like I need a notary, and people would tag me. So I think that was like pivotal for me, was just getting out of my comfort zone and networking. Because I wouldn't have met the women that I, have met, and without their support and their help, like I wouldn't have be where I am today. So
100%. And that's where I met a lot of the people that I'm, close with that's helped us grow. I met with Empower. Andrea is watching right now. Met her from Empower. Empower has definitely brought a lot of people together. So shout out to Kayla. I don't know if Kayla's watching. I'm going to tag her because her network has definitely brought a lot of people
yeah,
together. So thank you, Kayla Bailey. If you're watching this, we appreciate you. We appreciate Empower. Um, I hope things align. There's just so many things that's been happening the last couple months.
yeah,
But now that I'm settling in, like I would love to, come back for sure because that's where everything kind of started as far as even
for
my
sure.
networking journey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, for sure. Like I remember coming in and I sat next to Brooke with Brooke's balloons, and then like Carla very welcoming, Michaela very welcoming. Kayla Bailey was just running all over the place, like trying to get everyone settled, and Vicky was there. So it's just that immediate welcome without judgment, without pressure, without fear. It was just have a seat, like let's talk about or everybody's business. And it was that when it was small enough where everyone could say, "Hi, I'm so and so," and this is what I do, and this is my needs, this is my wants, this is how you can help me. And that just true genuine connection.
I agree. So yeah, I definitely miss the ladies. Hope everyone's doing well for sure. But that's where, we were able to connect with really great women in the community that's doing great things, small businesses. So yeah, I love it. Because even prior to Empower, I don't know if you've gone to a couple other networking, it just felt really secluding
No.
and yeah, I tried,
Yeah.
but I would come in, leave kind of like defeated because I didn't make a good connection. I don't know. But with Empower, I definitely did. I remember my first Empower meeting. I was so shy and such an introvert that when it became networking time, no one, I didn't know how to approach people. I left. So, and that one I wanted to cry inside. But that was like the first Empower meeting. But obviously it takes time, it takes repetition to even build something. So I ended up going again. And I know a lot of people did. Um, and then eventually I met you. So
Your life changed. I'm kidding.
I know now I have a partner in crime that's down to do anything and everything. So
So
good things, like as far as like moving the business
good or bad,
forward.
I mean, I'm a multi-use friend. I'm kidding.
I love well, that's the thing. It's like by networking, meeting people, you find your tribe, you find the people that are down to work with you, to elevate each other, and definitely, keep pushing forward, because business is not
Yeah.
easy. Business,
And I
it's
I
hard.
don't have that mentality where like, oh, like you're a realtor, I'm not going to support another realtor, or you're an insurance agent, I'm not going to support it. No, like there's enough for sunshine. That's I always say there's enough sunshine for all of us to grow. Whatever you may be lacking, I can contribute, or whatever I'm lacking, you contribute. Like, why not help each other out? I mean,
Yep.
yes, it's competition, but at the same time, it's also support, it's also community, it's also collaboration. And if you're not down with that, like, then maybe you don't need to collab with us. Like, I really feel that we should be supportive of each other, whether we're in the same field, whether we're in a different field. But I feel like, especially women today, like we should be able to support one another without judgment, without fear, without, you know, just mean girl vibes. And a lot of places, like seriously, you go in and it's like very clicky, very, and like there's no need for that. Like, everyone's going in with the same intention, everyone's going in with the same fears. Like, why make it worse? You
Mm-hmm.
So definitely
No, totally agree. Totally agree.
support.
And people that, that feel that way, that does not want to share, provide value, I feel like that's just a lot of scarcity, like a scarcity
Yeah,
mindset, instead of looking at it in abundance. So, yeah, there's just so much that we can learn from each
for
other
sure.
and grow from each other. And there's so many business to attain.
Yeah.
You got to just see it that way, really, instead of like, oh, I'm going to withhold information because I don't want someone copying me. Not even. It's all about even, okay, who's going to apply it and
Yeah.
do the action?
Who's actually going to do the effort to action?
Yeah. Because I'll tell, if anyone asks me, I'll tell you anything and everything
She
I do.
will.
I'm still growing myself. I'm learning. I don't have it all. Like, really, like, I am moving with purpose, learning every day. So, if you have any questions and or just even curious, I'll be more than happy to share. Everyone, like in Women's Council, right? Women's Council of Realtors, everyone is cheering for each other because business is not easy. We all want to see each other win. And it's all about applying the knowledge that you learn. So, you know, there's no scarcity in sharing because it's really up to that
Yeah.
person to do the
Like
work.
if I know something benefited and helped me, like why am I not going to share that with a fellow person in the same industry? Because why? Like you want to see that person grow too, because you know what it is to struggle in your own business, and it's like,
Yeah.
why have someone else like be drowning when you can throw them a floaty, I don't know. Because
100%.
like,
So, the things that I know and do, it's because I've learned it from someone else.
exactly.
So, for me, it's like, well, let me teach that to the other next
Yeah,
person. Like, I think that's just how it should be, or, but it's part of learning and growing. But
I agree.
you're right. We learn and grow as we go, but hopefully, people don't see it as competition, but more of a collaboration to help each
Yeah.
other. But yeah, I totally agree with you. Um, so another question for you, Monica. What habits made the biggest difference for you?
Consistency.
What kind?
Just if you're going to say you're going to show up, show up. If you're going to say you're going to do something tomorrow, do it tomorrow. Like you just have to be consistency in your mindset, in your just day-to-day work. Like you have to treat your job like a regular 9 to 5 job. Like just because you're working at home or you're working, at your office, like still treat it like your normal work day. You're there to do your tasks, you're there to do your, follow-ups, you're there to do your reach outs, you're there to do your collaborations, just like any other job. So like at first when I learned to do this, like my husband would always be like, "Do you do laundry at work?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "Do you cook dinner at work?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "Okay." He's like, "Don't worry about the laundry. Don't worry about cooking dinner. Don't worry about," he's like, "just treat your time the same way you would treat your work." So
100%
it's hard to
agree.
do it because it's like you want to like take advantage of the day, but at the same time, it's like, it's true. Like if I was at my regular 9 to 5, I wouldn't be on the phone making dinner. I wouldn't be on the phone folding underwear. Like I have to treat it like my job. So I think consistency,
Yeah.
like if you have a meeting, schedule your meeting. If you have, a lunch, take your lunch. If you have something that you need to focus on, then that's what you're going to do. Just like if you were getting paid at your regular 9 to 5, you have to be
Yeah.
consistent and you have to show up for yourself.
Look at you. I feel like the Monica from last year is so different than who she is now. I love it.
Girl,
You growing and glowing, girl.
I have a good coach.
OMG. Okay, so one more thing before our time is up. What keeps you going on like the difficult days? Because there's a lot of difficult days. I feel like typically in
Yeah,
entrepreneurship.
no, there is. Um, just I guess remind yourself of the good days because those days are worth it. Like when you get a commission check come in and you're like, yes, you know, when you get just a review come in or a recommendation or, you
Yeah.
know, it just makes you feel good about yourself when people like recommend you or they leave you a great review or you get a commission check and you're like, hell yeah, you know, like I think those outweigh the negative. Then because the negative, it's easy to dwell in and it's easy to be like, woe
Hmm.
is me. And I know I'm totally guilty of that. But then you have to remember your why. So your why has to be basically your center of your business. And my why is obviously my child because I want to be a present parent, but I also still want to contribute to my family. So being able to be present for her, that's my biggest motivation. And if I'm not able to provide, then guess what? My butt's going back to work. So figure it out, girl. So
True. I was actually, I don't know if I posted it yet, but I was going to do a post today regarding
have the door open. One
home
second.
ownership and how owner I tied it into giving birth, similar, not the same, but similar as to you go through so much stress um, through the process, but the moment you close, you forget all the things that you had to deal with during the transaction. So I was gonna post. I think I did, but I'm not sure. I
Epidural?
posted on
No
TikTok.
epidural.
I was like, it's not exactly the same, but the concept is similar to where there's so many loops that not a lot of people see. A lot of people just see the celebration in the
Mm-hmm.
end, or just closed, just listed, under contract. They just see like that main highlight, but they don't see what happens in between. And there's a lot that happens in between. And if you don't have a good team, then it could fall through. So having a good team by your side definitely does make a difference. So I made a post. So same thing, similar thing, right? It's focus on the outcome. You were able to help a family. Were able to close a really great deal, start home ownership. And for you, it's like giving them
Yeah.
security, um, and peace of mind, right? So things like that. It's not easy. And I hope people could share the stories a little bit more behind the scenes as to, how things really goes. But
I'm
but
not
yeah,
even
yeah.
a realtor, and I see your behind the scenes, and I'm like, WTF? Like, what is going on today? But
It's it's a roller coaster of emotions. Like I could be like one thing could be doing really good and then the other side of the story is like burning, like crashing down. Like that's just how sometimes the day to day is in real
girl,
estate. It's like
it's-
you're like congratulations Alvin and you're like thanks and then one side of my other stories are like, are in a downfall.
I know. I have like
But it's like
appointments.
this.
I meet with people. We're on a roll. We've done their financial, plan and everything. And then like 10 minutes before our last meeting, oh, hi, sorry. We're going to have to cancel. And I'm like, really? But you're like, okay, great. Thank you. Like, what are you going to do? Like,
Yeah.
you,
And it happens. A lot of heartbreak,
I mean,
I feel like. But I feel like as entrepreneurs, we really do have to build tough skin and we just move on to the next. And I'm like, the moment a person says no, reschedule, cancel, okay, on to the next. The more no's you get, the faster you'll get to a yes. So that's it for me. I don't dwell on like my no's or my cancellations, rejections. I'm just like, all right, sweet, thank you. Let me get to the next person I can
yeah.
help.
To me, I'm just like, thanks. Never referring you again, but great. Working with you. Okay, bye. Because I'm like, come on, people. Like, we put a lot of time and dedication behind like appointments and people just think like, oh, you're hopping on a Zoom call and meeting with. No, like, there's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes. And obviously, I see firsthand with you guys too. Like, it's not just here, let me show you this house. Like, no, like, there's a lot
Research.
behind the scenes that goes into just one transaction.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And when I do a listing appointment, I don't just come and meet with the sellers and just present. I do a lot of research prior because I want to be able to know your home completely, even prior to meeting
Mhm.
you. And I'm already running comps, I'm already running numbers, I have a net sheet. I do all that preparation prior to meeting my clients. So, it is a little bit of a heartbreak when I get
Yeah.
that cancellation or hey, not right now. And I'm like, oh my
You could.
goodness. If you only knew I stayed up till 3 a.m.
Hmm.
But it happens and it's okay. I'm always like, it's okay.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine. Next time.
That's like,
But other than that, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Did you have any closing remarks, Monica?
I would just say, if you are a small business person, like, keep going. I mean, yes, there's lots of highs and there's lows, but focus on your why. And hopefully that should, be your motivation, your drive to keep going, to keep showing up, to doing what you need to do. And you're not alone. Like, we meet once a month for, collab and connect for fellow small business women that need that support, need that just, I guess, daily boost of like, you got this, girl. Like, we're here. We meet every first Monday of the month. Just depending on what month it is, it's either at the Protein Jungle or at Hello Real Estate. But definitely, if that's something that you're interested, leave us a message and we will get you some more information. But definitely, like, if you're needing that support and you're needing that motivation, excuse me, that motivation, let us know. It looked like you were drinking a beer from here.
Is it? It's a bang.
It's a grape.
Well, I'm gonna tie in what you said earlier. You said you weren't confident. That's why as to you weren't really promoting your insurance business, your financial business. But here's the thing, success isn't confidence first, it's action first. And I feel like that's when you decided to take the
Yeah.
leap to rebrand, which I'm super proud of. Because, same, when you start off something new, you're not confident already. You just have to jump into it, jump into action, and confidence will follow. And confidence follows once you put in the repetition.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if you're watching this now, give us a like, comment, and share.
I sound like my
I'm trying
I
to be
sound like
like
my
my mom.
6-year-old when I hear her in her room. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yay! We're on YouTube
I'm
too.
like, girl, what are you doing? She's like, I'm recording from a YouTube video. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, this live goes to YouTube as well and LinkedIn. So if you ever want to hop on a live with me and Monica, let us know. We'll hop on live every Wednesdays for Women in Business Wednesday. And if you're a guy, that's fine. Hop on in too. I mean, on the live. All right, we're closing
And
out.
we're done.
And we're done. Bye,
Bye.
guys.